very good evening to you. Thanks for joining us on the brief version of the show. It promises to be exciting. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Let's take you straight into what we have for you tonight. In a few minutes, we have for the show. We're going to be talking about the Nigeria Professional Football League. We'll talk about the ladies as well. We'll also spare a thought for Tiger Woods. What we know as of now is that he has 2 leg fractures and a shattered ankle. But of course, after the surgery, we hear that he's awake and he's responsive and recovering from what has happened to him. We talked about a nasty car accident yesterday. And also the UEFA Champions League, 2 matches currently going on as we speak. So that's the outlook of the show that we're going to be doing for a few minutes tonight. Let's bring you into all that we're doing, just in case there's something you want to talk about on the show tonight. That's it. Get across to us. We'll do our best to get your thoughts. Plus tonight, channelstv.com, on Facebook, channels-sports. Then, of course, on Twitter, that verified handle that we always talk about, @channels_sports. That's how you can be a part of the show. There's also volleyball on the show tonight. So let's start with volleyball. I'm going to be joined later on the show by... so I'm going to be joined later on the show by someone who likes talking sports, and we're going to take a look at what is going on in Europe. But first, let's take a piece of handball news. The 16th African Youth Men Handball Championship has been cancelled. That's just a piece of news that we have. Nigeria will no longer participate at the 16th African Youth Handball Men Championship, as the competition has been cancelled by the Confederation of African Handball, and as the CAHB, and of course COVID-19 featuring as part of the reason. And the main reason given while they had a virtual meeting was that the restriction imposed by some countries will not allow the competition to take place. We'll give you more on that in the days to come. Let's also quickly take a look at the results for the Nigerian Women's League, the Premiership. Let's go there quickly and take a look at it. The ladies, interesting matches played today. Let's see the results. You have Royal Queens, that's it, Delta Queens played a goalless draw with FC Robo. Match the 7 results. Abia Angels losing to Bayelsa Queens, 2-1. Ibom Angels losing at home to Nasarawa Amazons. Nasarawa Amazons to Bayelsa Queens, picking away wins. Osun Babes defeated Sunshine Queens by a lone goal. And then you have Pelican Stars losing to Rivers Angels. That's a game everybody wanted to see. They lost to Rivers Angels by 2-1. And Royal Queens were able to defeat Dream Stars Ladies by 2 goals. We'll tell you the story behind all of these matches when we come tomorrow. But of course, that's the result for the matches played as it is. All right, so let's go and have a conversation about the CAF Under-17 Championship, the Nigeria Professional Football League, the UEFA Champions League, and possibly Tiger Woods with the few minutes that we have left. We're joined on the show now by our friend Amos Joseph. Amos Joseph joins us now. Greetings to you, Amos. Thanks for taking our time to be with us tonight.
Yeah, good evening, Yemi. It's good to be on the show again, especially on a Champions League night. And then a lot coming on from the Nigerian Football Professional League. And then the Under-17s.
Yeah.
We know their fate already. They know who they are going to confront. They know how they are going to prosecute the games. But what we expect is that we want to know if they are ready, if the team is indeed ready.
Yeah. Of course, they're not going to get a chance to do it on the global stage, but at least they get the opportunity to play on the African continent. Let's see their group. Morocco is hosting. They're in Group B. They're going to face Algeria, Congo, and Tanzania. Amos, let me ask you quickly because we're pressed for time. What are your expectations from this team? You want them to win, or it doesn't matter what happens at this tournament, the progression should continue?
I mean, we're going to look at where they're coming from. If you look at where the team is coming from the WAFU competition that they participated in, how they qualified and how they progressed to the next phase, you want to say that you might want to ask some questions, but the team went ahead to progress into the finals, and then they were beaten by the same team that beat them in their first leg, which is Ivory Coast. But this time, we have Tanzania, we have Algeria, we have Congo. Now, this same Tanzania we've met before, I think in the 2019 edition. They lost in the group stage to us, and then they also lost out in the group stage. It's not like there's so much of a force against Nigeria. We are the most experienced in this championship. We must understand that we've got a lot of history behind us, and that is why we cannot afford to falter. But the reality is that this team is a cadets team. Let's not put too much pressure on the team. But another question we might also ask is, or a lot of people have been asking is, does the coach really knows what he's doing? Is he supposed to be the one to handle the team? And then these are some of the questions that a lot of people have been asking.
All right. Okay, so let's move on. We'll have more time to talk about this later on. Of course, a 12-team competition. 8 teams progress to the next. The top 2 teams qualified, and 2 teams out of the 3 that finish in third qualify as well. But let's talk about the NPFL quickly. Let's show you results. The game that everybody was expecting lived up to the billing. That game, Enyimba Aqua United, almost the last kick of the game, were able to draw level. 1-1 draw with Enyimba. Plateau United defeated Jigawa Golden Stars 3-0. Nasarawa United beat FC Ifeanyi 3-0. Kano Pillars slim 1-0 victory over Sunshine Stars. Kwara United played a 1-1 draw with Abia Warriors. These are some of the results. Match day 12. Warri Wolves defeated Rivers United. Wiki Torres defeated Rangers International 2-1. Amos, your thoughts in a minute or two. These matches, did any of the results surprise you?
Well, I mean, Enyimba, I'll say Enyimba was lucky to have picked a draw in this game because they never started the game very well. They look sleepy, they look sloppy at the back line, and then they look tired. So coming from the back of a very tough game against Rivers United in the CAF Confederations Cup at the weekend, they didn't have enough time to rest, and then some of these players were fielded. Aqua United looking fresh, but they lost a couple of chances from the beginning, and then they had to pay for it when Oladapo scored. And then they came back until after 90 minutes before they could equalize. Aqua could have taken the day, but another surprising game for me was Nasarawa versus SC Ifeanyi. How can you win 3-0 at your home? You win 3-0 at your home, and then you come back again the next day to lose 3-0, and that tells you how competitive sometimes the Professional Football League is. Nothing is cast in stone. Nobody is guaranteed anything, and very surprising. Or not surprising for some, is that Kano Pillars are on top of the log at this point in time. Everybody has had their fair share of a little bit of sad news, accident here and there, robbery here and there. But, these teams have bounced back from it. Look at Rivers United also going to Warri. They've not been so good on the away front. They've lost about 3 games away. That means they're not so good away, and this is something that the coaches must begin to check, because you cannot give an excuse to them that they're a very strong side. You expect them to perform against Warri Wolves, but I mean, they've only won against Abia United away, Abia Warriors.
Amos, let me just ask you this. Since you talk about security situation, a lot of this happening, let me read this tweet, then I'll let you comment, just a short comment on it. I have this tweet, Dreaming Colors, from @Toby_. It says, shouldn't we have an abridged version of the league? The incidents with the local teams is getting out of hand, especially with kidnappings here and here. I mean, you're hearing all of these stories. So do you share, do you have those worries as well? Should we begin to think in this direction? I mean, you can't have football when you're beginning to have all of these issues creeping up. Okay, it appears we're having issues. We'll try to sort that out and see if we can. Oh, okay, let's go on break. When we return from the break, we'll have a few minutes. We'll spend the few minutes we have left giving you updates from the UEFA Champions League and a little about Tiger Woods. All right. So I see I have Amos with me, and so he's back online. Amos, I don't know if you heard my last question. I read a tweet to you, but if you heard what I just read out, do you have fears? Should we be thinking of an abridged league? I want your comments to be very short so that we can talk about the UEFA Champions League. But since you are the one that brought it up, all these issues we're having recently, should it force us to start thinking about regional football? All of those things. Should we start thinking in that direction?
I mean, this is not a new problem. It's not like the problem just emanated now. This is something that has been long gone, that has been long standing for a while. If it's starting again, since we're not developing to the level where our teams are beginning to fly week in, week out, I mean, having an abridged league would not be a bad idea, because you don't want to endanger the lives of players. You don't want to endanger anybody's lives. You want to make sure that players travel fresh. It takes about 24 hours for players to travel from Kano if they are going to play any Southwest team. That's too long. How can you spend about 24 hours on the road and then the next day or two you're beginning to look at getting on the field and then play a real live game? It's pretty tough. We must begin to look inwards and begin to plan again. But what I would say is that we might not be able to have an abridged league for our top flight league, but what we can have is begin to think about partnerships and how we can begin to explore marketing space, how teams can partner with airlines, and then teams can begin to travel.
Okay.
That's like the long-term solution.
Okay. I agree with you. That's a long-term solution. I hope the authorities are listening and thinking about what to do to solve this problem. Let's go to the UEFA Champions League. I'm going to allow you comment on the game as it is right now before we let you go. I'm very sure the results will come. That's it on your screen. Situation report in the UEFA Champions League. You have Atalanta Real Madrid is goalless for now. In the other game, Manchester City are a goal up against Borussia Mönchengladbach after about 42 minutes of action. Do you expect the results to stay like this, or you think there will be changes?
I mean, Manchester City, for me, I would say that they are going to score again. Mönchengladbach, looking at where they're coming from as well, they're a scoring team. You expect that they're going to exploit their flanks. If City allow them, Manchester City has Pep Guardiola has made some changes to the team. If you look at the team that played Arsenal at the weekend, about 4 to 5 players are not starting right now. Good for them. Kevin De Bruyne is back. Gundogan is right there in the team, but Kevin De Bruyne is on the bench right now. And then a defender coming to score. It tells you the kind of a team that you have. They can score. They can do anything. They are anytime. They want to do anytime. They're in their best of form right now. And then if you look at Real Madrid, what they're doing now, they're missing quite a number of players. Top players are not playing. Sergio Ramos, a lot of them are not playing. Eden Hazard, they don't have Karim Benzema, who has scored 17 goals for them this season, and then 4 goals in the Champions League. You want to have all of these players when it comes to the big occasion, but they are not there right now. But sadly, Atalanta has picked up a red card. This might just be the defining factor for this match. But we wait to see in the second half what would happen.
All right. Amos Joseph, I want to thank you for your time. I wish we had more time, but unfortunately, it is what it is on a Wednesday. Maybe some other time we'll get to have an elaborate discussion on the issues happening in the world of sport. I want to thank you. We'll do this again some other time.
Thank you so much for having me, Yemi. Have a good evening.